Hello everyone, we're heading back to Dark Visions for the first 4 areas to run through with a budget team. So essentially we're going to use pretty much the same team and switch out the elemental buffer and run through all the areas. We'll also switch the party slot for a matching element just to get the boost there as well. And the killers, demon, human, insect, and machine are what matters for the first 4 areas. So the first one is water or ice against demons. We're doing a water-based team. So we have Poppy for our elemental imbue and buffs. So gear-wise, she doesn't need anything. We have Vayne as one of the chainers. So for him, all cheap, free stuff. 5-star base, trust, and everything like that. Free card. And we did killer spread just so that we could copy and paste and switch out the one. So for his killers, 150 demon, 250 human, 250 machine, and 200 insect. And he is technically missing the chain cap, as I was trying not to use too much stuff, but it should work out for these. Shadow Lord starting in the shift. Dual wield build, it's easier. All free and cheap stuff for him. So for his killers, 100 demon, 275 human, 175 machine, and 75 insect. Then we have Krya. She's here for the breaking. We got her for free just recently. So she doesn't need any gear. She's just going to break and imperil. Amaranth is going to start in the shift, so we're not full powering him, but he's going to carry most of the damage anyway. Dual wield with Yeti combat style. And he is using one clash item, the clothing for chain cap increase, just to help him carry everything essentially. But aside from the clash item, everything is free gear, 5-star base, trust, or super. And for his killers, 150 demon, 175 human, 75 machine, and 200 insect. And then his chaining partner is Waka. So free gear for him, cheap stuff and everything. And we also didn't give him the chain cap, which should be fine. And his killers, we have 0 demon, 50 human, 275 machine, and 275 insect. Alright, so let's jump into the first fight. So Krya has one job, and she's just going to Calamity Concoction. That's our breaks and imperils. So this is a water fight. So Poppy, we're going to triple. She's going to feel inspired to boost her imbue. And then we're going to do our water imbue. And then we'll do the graffiti cooldown for our stat buffs. Right, once that's done, Vayne is just going to triple Battering Ram. Shadow Lord is going to triple True Cross. Amaranth's going to auto attack. And Waka needs to quad his bolting. So that's Drain Tackle. Alright, so we'll just chain them all up. So we need 100 chain and 1 billion damage. So 1.5. There's our triple S perfect. And look at damage. So yeah, Amaranth pretty much carried all the damage himself. Everybody else was a just in case we needed to get over there. Now for the next one, we're going to do a fire-based team. I've already copied the team over, but if not, you can just copy the team over. We go to a fire slot. And then this time, we got Cetra Aerith for free, and enough to EX1 her so that we can use her shift. She's going to do the fire imbue for us, and that's it. So she doesn't even need any gear at all, and that's the only change. Everybody else is keeping gear exactly the same. So we can jump into this one. So Krya just needs to, again, Calamity Concoction. Cetra Aerith, we're just going to do Prayer, which is our Fire and Imbue, 280 buff, and we get the 30% fire boost. And seeing we did just get her for free, otherwise we could use like Ignacio if you have both the Dragon's Brush and Call of the Wild. His Fire and Imbue and everything needs LB at the start, and he doesn't autofill. But with the imbues and buffs there, we just do the same thing. So triple Battering Ram, Shadow Lord, triple True Cross, Amaranth gets to auto, and Waka. We're just going to quad Drain Tackle. And then we can just have everybody chain it up. So we overkilled that one by a big amount. So there's the perfect there. So again, Amaranth carried all of that easy himself and actually overkilled it himself. And then for the next area, so this time we're going to be doing a light base team. And again, we're using Cetra Aerith again, just her base form has the light boost. Another thing is we could use Poppy instead. She also does a light imbue. So Kralia, again, Calamity Concoction. Cetra, base limit, that's going to do the really big buffs and imbue. And then everybody else, same attacks that we've been doing. So just triple Battering Ram, Shadow Lord, triple True Cross, Amaranth does auto, and Waka, we quad on his Drain Tackle. And just chain it up. And massively overkilled that one. But that was partially because Cetra's base limit does really good buffs. But again, we could use Poppy instead and still have plenty of damage. So yeah, Amaranth double killed it as far as the damage we needed just himself, and then Vayne and Waka handled the damage together. And then for our last area, so this time we're going to do a wind-based team. So over to the wind slot, and we're using Poppy because she does a wind imbue. So essentially we could use Poppy for everyone except for the second fight, which we need fire or dark for, because she can't do either of those. So let's jump into the wind fight. So Kralia again, Calamity, Poppy. So we're going to get inspired. So that's going to boost our buffs that we get from the wind and imbue on everybody. And then again, Graffiti to stat buff everybody. And Vayne, triple Batteringer, Shadow Lord, True Cross, Amaranth auto attack, and Waka, Drain Tackle. Alright, let's chain it up. So just over again, 1.3. And that is the perfect. So for this one, we did kind of need most people, as Amaranth only did a little over half himself, and then Waka and Vayne carried him over But altogether, the team did do the 1 billion we needed. And technically, that was his lower killer there. But that is all 4 areas done with essentially the same budget team. We didn't change out any gear in between. So the killers were the same as the first start. The only thing was we switched the elemental slot they're on for the 20% damage boost to match, and our imbuer, which, like I said, we could use Poppy for everything except for the second one, where we needed somebody to do our fire or dark imbue. So I hope this helps. We're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.